That's right. Everything is gonna be all right. Here we are Sunday morning. No, not tonight. Got a little bit of morning left, but that say that we gonna do today. Talk about when you have something negative to say. Grandma used to always say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. But was she bluffing? Because Grandma a lot of times said a little something word. How y'all feeling today, man? Sunday morning, Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And this morning we're talking about if you ain't got nothing nice to say, y'all know how it used to end, then don't say nothing at all. Well, some of us actually live by that mantra. Most of us don't, but many of us live by that mantra. So, what were the elders really trying to tell us when they said if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all? I think that what they were probably trying to tell us was that you shouldn't try to tear somebody down that's trying to do something decent or good, or it's not bothering anybody by what they're doing. Like, if they ain't hurting nobody, then just leave them alone. Don't talk about their coat or the cologne. And I can dig that. You know, I don't think that good people or nice people or people who mind their business should be picked on. I don't think so at all. But if we really go by the motto that if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all, then we might be robbing ourselves of some safety concerns, because we might know something that's going on with somebody or the intentions of somebody to do some harm to somebody else, but that won't be something nice to say. Hey, now I get it. We're all supposed to make our own decisions and to, use our best discretion, our best avenues of discretion in order to decide when we should open our mouth or keep that thing closed. But we're talking about children here, baby. We're talking about children. And when we start talking about when people say, when our elders used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Are we talking about male and female? Because I used to hear women say it all the time. Mothers, grandmothers, aunties. But I didn't hear a lot of men say that. I didn't hear my grandfather say that. My dad pretty much lived by that, but there may have been different reasons for that than just not wanting to see anybody have anything bad said about them or reported about them. So let's get into it. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday, and it is Sunday, the Sunday before Christmas. Yes, because Christmas is next Saturday, but you know. Anyway, this is a show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing that we live called life. We play on the monkey bars and push each other up the sliding board and push each other on the swings. We play on the merry-go-round and in the sandbox. We bust it up with each other like one big recess. I'm your host, Sun 752. AKA Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and I'm glad to be here. Oh, you think I wasn't? I'm glad to be here. Yo, y'all like my cousin's word. So how y'all feeling this morning? Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. Can't forget Stacy White. What's up, man? Good to see me some you. And Veronica Free. Dab with me. What's going on, ma? And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, tax, and chill. Well, actually, Max and chill. You know. So T Carry, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your sight. So yeah, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Do y'all live by that? I'm going to have to say that nowadays, I don't think that too many people play ball that way. I don't think that many people that I'm around or that I'm aware of follow that mantra. But now, this is what I will say. The people that I know may not follow the if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. But they will follow the only no snitching unless it's somebody that you don't know or somebody that you don't care about. Now, we make sure that the people that we love, the people that we're feeling, the people that we care about, that nothing bad gets said about them. I will say that without a diggity doubt. Diggity doubt. What's going on, Sucre Jetois? Sucre JT Yucks and Miss Lady. How you feeling? Thanks for coming on through. So yeah. So I will say that we protect our friends and our loved ones and the people that we care about. And we also keep from speaking negatively or badly about people that we think can do something about what we said. In other words, people that we're afraid of, people that we scared of, yo, he's scared, so you ain't gonna say nothing about such and such. Well, let's go back to where we first heard this term. If you ain't got nothing to say, then don't say nothing at all. Now, I must say that I've mostly heard that direction, that term, that phrase come from Black women, Black older women, elders, our elders, from the time that we was very young. I remember hearing that. You ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I remember thinking to myself that I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not so sure if this is the best plan of attack. I'm not sure if this is going to make it in the barbershop, because we live in a world where people are doing some shit out here. And as a young boy, as a young man, as a child growing up and trying to come into my own, I may have witnessed a whole lot of stuff that needed to be reported, talked about, said something about. And it wasn't good. Now, of course, this is the part where we have to use our best discretion, right? Like, nobody said that if somebody was touching you or propositioning you or if they had negative intentions towards you, we're not saying that you shouldn't tell on them. But you have to ask yourself, how does a child know the difference? How does a child know not to say something bad about how does a child know not to have something bad to say about somebody who is mistreating them? If I love and I respect my grandmother and I think that she's the world and she's the best thing for me, and more than likely she really did have my greatest interest at heart, then there's a greater likelihood that I may listen to what she said. So what if somebody is trying to molest me? What if somebody is abusing me physically? What if somebody is setting? What if I hear somebody talking about doing something to somebody else that we care about, that we love, that is special to us? Should I not say anything? As an adult, I know how to sift through the files. I know how to determine what should be reported, what shouldn't, and I also have a better grip on the timing of when I should say something versus when I should hold back a little bit. But a child may not know this, and we got this lesson about not saying nothing unless you have. Not saying nothing unless you have something nice to say. We got that note, we got that message, we got that memo when we were children. So what do y'all think? Has it played out that way? Has that helped us? Has not having nothing to say unless we have something nice to say worked for us? Has that been a good idea? Let me know. Has that worked out for us? Has it worked out for you personally? Have you lived your life mostly not saying nothing unless you had nothing nice to say? I ain't gonna lie. I do know some people who pretty much live by that, by those rules. My My dad didn't say a whole lot of bad things about a lot of about a lot of bad people. Sometimes I feel like that was to his detriment. And there's something else that we need to look at when we're talking about this concept. If you don't say it, if you don't say nothing about somebody unless you have something nice to say, do you also not listen to anything unless somebody has something nice to say? What do you think? What do you think? If you don't talk unless you have something nice to say, something positive to offer, do you only listen when you have something nice, when somebody else has something nice to say or something positive to offer? Will that work? Is that a good way to be? Will it work out in the end? My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says sometimes it's difficult to say nothing when somebody insists on being willfully ignorant. I'm on your side. Now, those of y'all who know me know I don't hold my tongue when I have something to say. If it's good, then I'm going to say that it's good. I'm going to talk about the good in it. But if it has some bullshit or whatever, then I'm going to talk about that too. Now, let me put y'all on to something. Because I stand in front of those or sit in front of these cameras every day, and I know a little something about editing, not a lot, but I do know how to do some editing or whatever. So I understand a little bit about production and film editing and what and propaganda and what is presented versus what is omitted. What certain networks and what the presenter will put out there versus what they'll hold back. So sometimes people find it hard to watch a movie with me because when you know how movies are made, when you understand the makeup and the hair and the lights and the grips and the sets and all of that kind of stuff, when you understand it, you don't look at movies in the same way. So a scary movie to somebody else, I'm looking at it like, oh, dang, wow. You can see where they cut the film here and where they pasted it, where they put it back together here because that didn't really go right. And you can look at the makeup on this shit. Yeah, you can tell by the script that, yeah, it has because of my technical knowledge about production, about film, TV, whatever, even radio. Some people say that I take some of the fun out of watching movies or TV. Well, we only talk about it after the movie or the show is over. But I'm like, for example, some of these little videos on the internet, like y'all may have seen videos where two young brothers was out there fighting, they duking it up or whatever, and all of a sudden this dude, an old head dude, comes from out of nowhere. You see him walking up the street, he breaks up the fight and starts talking to these brothers, and they get it worked out. And people are like, yeah, we need more of that. See, and I'm like, you realize that's scripted, right? How you know? Oh, I'm telling you, it's scripted. When young boys be fighting in the street, unless you really know both of them, I don't think you better break that up. Because these cats out here don't fight like we used to fight. We used to actually fight. These cats throw a few punches, get all tired and winded and shit, start shooting. Not that everybody has a gun, but you can best believe they don't be doing a whole lot of fighting. If a knockout don't come within the first 30 seconds of a fight nowadays, these young cats is pulling something. They either cutting or shooting. Give you $150. Either that. Speaking of that, in real life, you don't be hearing no that round is already chambered. Motherfuckers ain't running around here, losing time to have to chamber around. And that's what that's called when you pull the chamber. You're chambering. So because if you don't do that, then the gun won't shoot. There's no bullet in the chamber. You'll be like, this thing won't work. Not so with a revolver, though. Old Faithful. The Old Faithful revolver leaves very, very little forensic evidence and will shoot underwater. It will shoot if it hasn't been used in 50 years. Yeah. Revolvers just don't look as cool as semi-automatics. So you chambering around. Oh, got shot. All right. Anyway, yeah, like those videos, whatever. I'm like, come on, man. Nobody listening to no old head when you getting it, when you really mixing it up. If you gonna be mad at somebody to actually fight them, ain't nobody breaking that shit up. What's going on, Just Brandy all day? Yes, what's going on, man? Good to see you, son. You know, Milwaukee stand up all day, every day. You think she won't when she will? Sit back, relax, do your thing, chill. Thanks for coming through. So yeah. If you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. How will children know what to say and what not to say? You know how many kids have held in the fact that they were sexually assaulted all the way into adulthood, and the effects of being sexually assaulted when you're young, being sexually assaulted over a long time. You know, we like to romanticize. That's what I would call it. We like to romanticize that there's one single event that changes people's lives. We like to romanticize and come to the conclusion that there's one single event that changes everything for everybody. We don't always acknowledge the fact that shit has been going on for years and years and years. It went on and on and on. It went on. So, you know, you may have heard people say things like, he committed suicide over a girl. He killed himself over a girl. How many of y'all have heard that? I've heard it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what do you mean he killed himself over a girl? Yes, he committed suicide. But do you really think that it was all over one person? Because from what I know, people who commit suicide or people who attempt suicide have a whole lot of depressing things going on in their lives. And things build up, and it gets to the point where they just can't see themselves living another day because the emotional pain that they feel, whether it's real or perceived, is just too much for them to bear. They really physically feel like they can't go on any longer. Now, true, they may have been putting the task or the job of somebody making them feel better on one person. And when that person came up short or refused to be that person that they could count on to do that, then, you know, they said, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this thing. But it's more than, it's bigger than just, you know, like my girl cheated on me or she left me for another dude, so I killed myself. It's not about that. Now, murder suicide? No, even with murder suicide, from what I know, motherfuckers that have committed a murder suicide, from what I know, they've been depressed for a long time. A long time. And the person that they killed along with themselves had tried to work with them or had given up or whatever. Okay. Bottom line is, we try to come to conclusions that one single event can spark something else happening, and we can point to that one thing as the reason that this happened or that happened or whatever. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. The same way that when people say that, yeah, all right, we talk about don't say if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing, right? But y'all know that when we were younger, that there were little boys that was running around here acting all soft and sissyish. Y'all know it, I know it. Y'all seen it, I've seen it. Some of them were your brothers. Some of them were your cousins. Some of them were whatever. You know, some of them were you. To be quite honest. But you know, you got a little boy running around switching and wanting to wear wears mom's clothes and likes to play with dolls and all that kind of stuff. He was gay. Well, that's what we were saying at a young age, and we would get in trouble for that. Like, hey, that boy ain't gay. What you talking about? Ain't no, but what is gay? You don't even know what gay is. See, we got caught not having nothing nice to say about somebody. But what I'm getting at with this thing is, it wasn't the fact that we said that they were gay. That was the part that wasn't nice to me. The part that wasn't nice was the fact that many of us knew the reason that the little boy or the little girl was acting the way that she was acting. It was because we felt like we knew for a fact that they had been sexually assaulted as minors. As children, as babies, they were sexually assaulted. So, you know, we can say that, yeah, because his uncle, because his cousin, because his babysitter, because his father, because his mother, whatever, because they used to do what they did to him, now he's gay. That ain't nothing nice to say about somebody. But we come to those types of conclusions. And I'm thinking, like, I can look at it like this. If somebody presents sexuality to you in the form of homosexuality and makes you think that that's okay and that's the way to be, then yeah, you have discovered sex and attraction through the eyes of homosexuality instead of being straight. So that could explain why you're gay, but it wouldn't necessarily explain why you're attracted to the same sex. It wouldn't necessarily explain that. You may think that having sex with the same sex is okay, but that's not necessarily what makes you gay. I'm of the belief is what you are attracted to that makes you gay. Like, plenty of people support homosexuality. Like, well, you know, who you love and why you love them, you know, is okay. And to a certain extent, I agree. But yeah, just because you may be supportive of them or you're not critical of them, that doesn't make you gay. But if the thought or sight of another man makes your dick hard, guess what? You're gay. I don't care if you've never had sex with the same sex or anything. It doesn't matter. You know who you are because you know what you're attracted to. So many people go through their lives in the closet that way. They want to be with the same sex, but they have been taught that only being with the opposite sex is right. So when grandmama tells you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. You may have known that Uncle Pete used to be messing around with Boo. He used to be touching Boo. He used to make Boo go down on him, or he used to go down on Boo. Boo, you know our cousin Boo. You know, I ain't talking about your Boo. I ain't talking about your girl or your man. I'm talking about Boo. Everybody had a cousin Boo. Every black person got a cousin Boo. Somewhere, a neighbor or something, classmate or something. Boo. You know the bull Boo. And you know, it was different Boos. You had black Boo, light-skinned Boo. Now, most Boos were kind of brown or Nah, because my cousin, Booby, he's sort of on the lighter side. But normally Boo's a dark. That nigga Boo. No, I'm wrong. Because I knew another light-skinned Boo. Boo can be anybody, but he's black. I don't know. I've never met a white Boo. Never met a white Boo. Janelle Gordon. What's good? And my man John Biggs, what's going on, kid? I'm glad you came on through. You know, I'm glad that you did. Yeah. So grandmama told us, or my mama told grandmama, my grandmama told, big mama told mama to tell me that if I ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. So how am I going to tell on Uncle Pete? How am I going to say that Uncle Pete shady? How can I tell him that Uncle Pete ain't really right? How can I tell y'all that Uncle Pete is nasty? How can I tell you that Uncle Pete is abusive? How can I tell you that Uncle Pete is on some other shit? And Uncle Pete ain't what Uncle Pete appears to be. Okay. Once again, we need to use our discretion about when to say something and when not to say something. Well, why don't we teach that then, grandmama? Big mama, Nana, how come you can't say, well, if you don't have nothing nice to say about nice people, then don't say nothing? Does it take too much time? Does it take is it too long, Big Mom? Because I think we got to clean it up. If we only saying nice things about people or not saying nothing, then we are inhibiting our ability to make sure that certain people are safe. Now y'all can let me know if I'm going too far with this, because maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm overthinking it. There's a good chance I could be overthinking it. I could be wilding. Cherry, Cinderella, day. Well, it's the woman day with fame. Cinderella, day. Well, it's the woman day with fame. It's the day. Oh. What's going on, man? If y'all would like to call into the show, I invite y'all to call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call us at a 319-527-6199. Yes. Y'all, I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. 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 Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. If you would like to speak live on the air, press number 1. And that will let me know that you would like to speak, and then I will bring you on, and you can rock on and do the damn, do the damn thing. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show, and we're talking about if you ain't got nothing to say, then don't say nothing at all. Now, I know plenty of people who really live by that mantra, like I was saying earlier. I know people who don't say nothing bad about nobody, and I know people who struggle not to say anything bad about somebody because they may recognize, like, this person is not what I think is a bad person, but they do some things that I think are questionable, that I think need to be investigated, that I think we may look deeper into. Maybe some red flags have been thrown up in an area that I'm familiar with, and this person is giving me those vibes. They're giving me the vibes, baby, and these vibes ain't good. No good. So how do we make sure that our children know what to say and when to say it versus when to clam up, shut up, don't say nothing. Ooh, well. We got to teach them. We got to show them. But we have to be taught and we have to know ourselves. Some of us know. Some of us have been running around here harboring secrets for other people that were on some negative, terrible shit. And they've been enduring the pain, carrying around that pain for years, decades, a whole lifetime, because they didn't think that it would be right to come out their face and tell the truth, or they've been taught that you don't say nothing unless you got something nice to say, son. You don't say nothing unless you got something nice to say, ma. Well, I ain't feeling it. I say, tell the truth, but make sure that the truth is appropriate. Now, how do we do that? Tell the truth, but make sure that the truth is appropriate. I have to say that because some people credit themselves with being honest. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling the truth. When really the truth is that they're negative. They just don't have nothing nice or good to say about anything or anybody at any time. That's the real problem. The truth may be that they don't have any tact. The truth may be that they don't have any home training. The truth may be that they are always hell bent on focusing on the negativity of people, even though the people are overall very good people. The truth may be that you don't like to see nobody else doing well, and you certainly don't like to see nobody doing better than you. Sometimes that's some people's truth, since, now a popular saying these days is, speak your truth. Shit, if it was the truth, it wouldn't be all yours. What you mean, speak your truth? The truth don't belong to nobody. Now, I can see if they say, speak your struggle. Speak your struggle, because even if you speak your truth, there's another side of it, because you can only speak your truth from your perspective. And some people welcome that, but I'm like, hold on, because you might be tearing down somebody, in the process of speaking your truth, because you may be just belly aching and bitching because you didn't get what you wanted. It happens all the time, yo. Happens all the time. It happens all the time. Good looking out, Stacey White, for sharing the show. I appreciate that. Oh, you said amen, Omar. Oh, I'm still thanking you, because you do be sharing the show. You be sharing it. I be seeing that shit on Instagram. Like, yo, I shared that. I'll be like, good looking. Hey, yo, make sure that y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It is the Urban Therapy with Son show. And we're talking about, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. I see that we have a call on the line. Yes, we do. We have a call on the line. You think we didn't when we did? We have a call on the line. Caller with the last numbers, 4828. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son show. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind this morning?
Good afternoon. Okay, so how are you, first of all?
I'm feeling like a real man should. Look.
All
right, good, cool.
Well, I can't look over the phone, but I hear you.
All right. That's what's up. You should have heard my chest being poked out. I'm about that life.
Right. Okay. So one of the things about the subject you were talking about, Uncle Pete or Petey or whatever, when our parents were telling us this, as when we were children, it was because I think that they were trying to condition us to use discretion. But unfortunately, one of the negative side effects of this type of lesson, when you're dealing with a child, is the fact that, now they're applying it, like they're taking you literally, and they're going to apply it to everything that's in front of them, because they haven't learned how to distinguish, when they should say something about things like Uncle Petey, and being just saying something nice about somebody, or you don't have to say that this kid has a one really big eye. It's doing like the Forrest Whitaker eye or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you should say something about what Uncle Petey's doing. But I think that's why our parents were saying that to us, just so we could, try to learn when to say something, when to speak and when not to speak, and what we should be saying.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
A
lot of times our parents were telling us not to be tattletales too. You know what I'm saying? And
not mine.
Well, I said a lot of times. I ain't say everybody, but I have heard parents or other adults say, "Yo, why you always telling on somebody? Why you always tattletaling on somebody?" Now tattletaling, is tattletaling lying, or is it just telling?
It's just telling.
Is it?
How can it be lying if you're like okay, if Sun 752 is saying something negative about gay people, and I go online and I tattletale and say Sun 752 is talking about gay people, that's not me lying.
Okay. No, well, I was wondering if tattletaling, whatever. I thought a tattletale was not exactly the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you could just say telling on somebody. Like, why are you always telling on somebody? But when you say tattletale, let's look it up. What is a tattletale?
Okay.
Let's look it up. Yeah, we're gonna look it up though.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm gonna look it up.
You looking it up?
I'm trying. Well, hold on, chill. You doing too much. But yeah. We looked at Where did y'all at?
I know Google's faster than this. What's going on?
But Google took away the mic. Where's the mic for Google? You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since they let Yahoo do they're like, where's the mic though? With a mic. What is tattle?
Oh boy.
Telling. All right. What is the tattletale exactly? Okay, let's see. Okay. Tattletale was an American. What the hell? The fuck out of here. All right. English language learners' definition of tattle: to tell a parent, teacher, etc. about something bad or wrong that another child has done. See the full definition for tattle. For tattling? You see how they spell this shit? Do you know how to spell tattling?
Is it TATTLING?
Oh, you know what? I think they messed up here because they spell okay. They said see the full definition for tattle in the English language learners dictionary, but they didn't separate tattle and in. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so it's really tattling, tattle lie. What we got? What we got? All right, hold on. We ain't done. Okay, tattling is to tell secrets about what someone else has done. Okay. All right. So some of the synonyms are blab, dish, gossip, talk, whack. Okay. Buzz, dish, gossip, hearsay, noise, report, rumor, scuttlebutt, talk, word. Okay. All right. So it's not lying. Okay. A tattletale. So I guess we're saying that it's something that people tell, but they probably shouldn't tell. You know what I mean? Like, probably not appropriate.
Yeah.
Like you broken code in some type of way. All right.
You're a snitch.
Sorta, you know what I mean? Like you might tell about something that didn't need to be told. Like, all right, for example, you know how maybe when you were younger, your mom might have told you, "Don't let nobody else ride your bike." You let your
Definitely.
huh?
I said definitely. I was told
Yeah,
that.
everybody was told this shit. Everybody was
My
told.
whole life is threatened. Like, I better not catch nobody on your bike.
Yo, a bike was the most personal item. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you had a bike was a big deal. I miss that shit. Having a bike was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? That was a major purchase. That was a major Christmas purchase. You know what I mean? Like, you got a bike and something else? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all let our friends ride our bike. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, we let them see our bike. Yo, can I see it? Oh, you mean ride it?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, all right.
Nah, I do that. I did not want any smoke, so I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
nah. Now
Yeah.
my cousins, yeah, but I let my cousins. I thought cousins didn't count. Apparently, they did count as people I should not let ride my bike. So.
Yeah. The bottom line was we always let somebody ride the bike. So letting somebody ride the bike, as long as they didn't crash the bike, flatten the tire, steal the bike, everything cool. But what happens? You might have had a little brother or sister or cousin or whatever. Um, they let such and such ride their bike. Like, you ain't have to tell that. No, nobody needed to know. It was no harm. Nobody got hurt. No flat tires. They didn't mess up the brakes. You know what I mean? They didn't mess up the frame. The bike is good. Why did you have to tell that I let such and such ride the bike? Because mommy or daddy or both of them told you not to. All right, well, boom. So tattletale kind of goes in that direction. Well, how come your little brother or cousin or whatever or sister, how come they didn't get in trouble for not having nothing nice to say?
Well, because apparently the truth is something nice to your parents' ears. I guess I don't know.
Our parents were frauds, man. They didn't live.
I'm just saying.
They didn't live by a code that they preached.
They're not looking at the truth as something that wasn't nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and have you ever heard, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing, said by a man? I heard all the time with women.
No.
Now let's explore that. Let's take a couple of seconds out to explore that. Why is that? What part of the game is that?
I don't know, but like my dad would actually promote. I was already on the 10 anyway, so he promoted me being on the 10. So he would promote me saying exactly what was on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Okay.
And then my mother would be like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, she still says it. So I've only heard it from women, but I will say this: not all the women in my family would believe in that.
Okay.
Not all the women in my family believed in that. I would say it's 70-30 to 70% of the women in my family believe in just saying whatever's on your mind.
Okay.
And they expect your skin to thicken up over time. Most of the women in my family don't believe in mincing words.
Okay.
But like I said, that 30%, they will say what's on their mind, but then they'll teach their kids, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. It's weird.
Yeah, no. I just think that there's something about the reason that it seemed like our elder women said it, but our men didn't. And another thing about it is, a lot of times we think that that all of this talking, all of this gossip, all of this reckless talk, all of this stuff is new. But evidently it's not new, because our elders were already trying to shield us against all of this gossip and rumors, and you know what I mean, and negativity and slander.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and also the women would say, well, you know, they talked about Jesus. What makes you think they wouldn't talk about you? So I'm like, dang, it went all the way back to Jesus. And even Jesus never said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. So who said it? Did Mary say it, maybe? Like, don't be asking where I got this baby. Don't worry about where the baby came from. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, I think that is notable that we only heard that from our women, our older women, our elder women. You know.
Well, why do you think that is?
Well, I'm wondering if it was because the women had more contempt for negative information being spread, or could it be because they knew a little bit more about negative information that was being spread? Or could it be that because they knew that women were prone, some women may have been prone to spreading negative information, whether it was warranted or necessary or not, maybe they had a bigger stake in trying to shield us from following down that path. I can only speculate, but I do think that, you know, men not saying that when you know a lot of men had a lot of secrets going on. You know what I mean? Extra kids and extramarital affairs and uh, criminal activity, maybe, and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but why wouldn't they push the narrative of not having anything negative to say than not saying nothing? Why wouldn't they push that narrative more?
I don't know.
Is there anything that you can remember that men did say that may have been comparable to that?
Well, the thing that men said in my family was opposite of that. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, like always say what you. They would say what you mean and mean what you say. Make sure you look somebody dead in the eyes when you're talking to them, so that they understand that you mean what you say. Yeah.
Don't let them.
What'd you say?
They would say things like, "Don't let your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash."
That's true. But I didn't hear that often.
Yeah, but
that's something you hear one time and then you never forget.
Well, what I got out of that was, you know, not just watch what you say, but make sure that you can back up what you say. So, you know,
in case there's repercussions. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much saying that there's going to be repercussions. You just make sure that you can stand on it, whether you got to fight your way out of it or whether you have to verify it.
Right.
You know. So, all right, hold on a second. We have another call on the line. I want to thank the caller first and foremost for holding on, and welcome caller with the last numbers 2192 to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Shalom.
Shalom to you.
I wanted to speak my little piece on it, and I wanted to say my view of the topic today is I feel like, okay, let me I gotta get my thoughts together. The question of the day is how my bad, just a second. the question of the day is if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. My view on that is I kind of agree, but kind of disagree until a certain point. And I think it was because I think I kind of agree up until the point to where like if you don't have another way other than just flat out saying what's on your mind, you know what I'm saying? Like and this is and I kind of agree with the young lady who spoke up about our parents telling us to do one thing and they spoke whatever that came to their mind. You know, I think they only told us not to because they didn't know how to intelligently, you know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, for me, I can say for myself, like I found different ways to get to not just be quiet or not say what I want to get out my mouth, but I found other ways to get it out that didn't seem so vulgar or right there in your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I found that really like winning over somebody intelligently, like still getting able to say what I got to say, but winning over somebody intelligently is way more better than what I could have done physically. And now I'm also getting that saying that they used to say, you know what I'm saying? If you can't get them physically, get them mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you can't get them physically, they find another way to get them. So I'm starting to figure it out, all of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, that's the reason why I say I agree with it to a certain extent. Yeah, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it until you find other avenues to express what you got to say. Because just like they say this thing, freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying? Like you still supposed to be able to say whatever you want to without really worrying about a consequence behind it because you have freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying? So still find ways to speak your mind, but you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, dumb it down like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, I can still be talking shit, but I can be talking shit smart to you. Just like the white boys that be coming through my store, you know what I'm saying, early mornings getting ready to go sit in them dish stands. They be talking shit, but in a clever way. You know what I'm saying? So I have to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, get on their level, and that way, you know what I'm saying, I won't feel like a dumbass by the time they walk out my doors, you know what I'm saying? And I can feel like, you know what, they didn't get one over me today. So
okay. So all right. Now I kind of agree with parts of what you were saying too. And listen, if I had to live a life of not saying nothing unless I had something nice to say, to me, I wouldn't be my authentic self. And I wouldn't be authentic at all. It wouldn't be real because sometimes positivity isn't available. Sometimes it just ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like we want it to be there. We try to get it there, but sometimes it's just not where we want it to be. If somebody is foul, if somebody is ill, if somebody is whack, if somebody is corny, if somebody is, well, even if you're whack or you're corny, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. But you can be whack in your intentions on making somebody else look bad, or you could be corny and being petty towards somebody that's not doing any bad or harm to anybody else. So there are different ways to look at the way that we decide to put information out. It's not always easy to just take some of these sayings at face value. We have to use our discretion. We have to decide what's going to work and what's not going to work. But I don't think that not saying anything because, I mean, if you don't have nothing nice to say, I don't think that works when we're talking about, let's say, a company. For an individual, that might work. But let's say a company. You know, and I'm only going to say this because some people take certain brands personally. You would think that they had stock in it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, don't say nothing bad about Amazon. Well, no, nobody would say that about Amazon. You know what I mean? People who love Amazon, they're like, you can say whatever you want to. I still got a delivery coming. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, where my package at? You know what I'm saying? but it's real shit. It's like, you know, maybe there is a particular company that somebody really, really likes. And maybe it's black owned, maybe it's not, or whatever, but they, you know, somebody really believes in it, as if they have, you know, intimate knowledge or interaction with the people who work in the company, or whatever. It could be a company that you work at. You know, don't say nothing bad about my job. You know, we doing good work out here. Maybe it's a nonprofit or something like that. Anybody who knows the ins and outs of nonprofits, you know, that's just, you know, nonprofits are just a license to steal. All they do is steal money. See, I can't even stop the negativity from coming out, because they help people too, but not as much as they steal. I'm just saying. But, you know, like, you know, but yeah, I can understand how some people can feel the way that they feel, as far as not having anything nice to say, so not saying anything at all. But I don't know if that helps all the time. I don't know if that's a good way to be in certain situations. I don't know if that's gonna be able to protect you from being hurt, harmed, damaged, dented, messed up. And for children to receive that lesson really early in life, it may not hit the way that we need it to hit, or the message may not be received in the way that we need it to have been received, in order to be repeated in a way that's going to be helpful to the person who is either withholding information or putting information out there. You know.
That's something that children learn over time, that people really, not just children, learn over time. Learn when to apply that saying. And I do agree with you as far as don't say, you know, not saying anything because it's not nice, not always having a place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you just have to say what it is, but whatever it is, it is.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you can finesse it, like the brother was saying, and sometimes sometimes you need to take off the finesse and just say, this is what it is. But that, again, that's something that we all learn over time.
Yeah. Some of us. I evidently not all of us learn it.
This making me remember a little bit more when I was a little younger, and how I view things out my eyes, because like I can remember when the young lady was saying the parents tell you one thing and they do another. You know what I'm saying? Right after they be telling you, and that made me remember a little bit of how I was when I was younger, and how I view things. And I kind of seen how, like, my mom would tell me to do things, but it was only because she didn't have the knowledge to, like you know what I'm saying? She didn't have the capability to go to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like it only went, like, conversations only went so deep. So it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like people already knew, like, I was too smart for myself.
Okay. Well,
so that's why I just feel like there's different avenues that you can take to get out what you need to say, not just, you know what I'm saying, dumb it down for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just taking my own situation, my own life situation. You know what I'm saying? How I've seen it, like, and especially now, it's like coming to truth now, like, because now that I do it, it literally gives me like a energy boost, because it's like you learn the new way to maneuver, and then it's just I think it's meant for people to find that way. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's meant for people to find that way, because it's like it's a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get to playing, once you get in people's minds, I'm not saying playing with people's minds, once you get in people's minds, because people will come and try to play on your top, and you gotta elevate. Because if not, like I said, I have probably like sometimes between a 2 minutes to 30-second window that I can get to people, and literally people get to me during that time and change my whole mood, because they was elevated on a different level, and I wasn't ready to think that at that level at that time. And you know what I'm saying, I let the shit go over my head, and by the time they walk out, I feel played, because shit, now I'm getting what they said, and I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. He played me. He played on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I really feel played when that happened, you know? And but when I come back intelligently, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I come back the way, you know what I'm saying? When I get to that level, you know what I'm saying? Then it makes me feel a lot different. It's like a whole nother world, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like you get the treat at the end of the day.
Would you say that most people in your life live by the say whatever is on your mind mantra, or the if you don't have nothing to say, then don't say nothing mantra? Which one do you have more experience with in your life, I should say?
Like I said, coming up, I've had the experience of people saying that, like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, or what happens behind closed doors, stay behind closed doors. I think that, like, I've grown up around those sayings and things like that. But like I said, like everything else, you know what I'm saying, I was rebellious. You might as well say that. I was rebellious as a kid. And now, just like now, you know what I'm saying, I guess ain't nothing changed. But I just didn't want to follow the status quo, you know what I'm saying? I just thought, hey, how can you think you're right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you're right, because I see a lot of flaws in you. So yeah, I was always rebellious. So like I've grown up around them sayings, but like I said, like I just found different ways to actually keep saying what I need to say. You know what I'm saying? Like for my mama wife, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I probably couldn't say everything I wanted to say, but see, she couldn't get to the level that I was at. So some of the stuff would go over her head. You know what I'm saying? Once I started learning, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, I don't have to just flat out say what I want to say, but I can think of a better way to say it and get it out. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, the people are not elevated to think at a higher level, and it go right over their head.
That's true. That's true. So as people pick and choose who they say things about, good or bad, it's hard to really tell exactly which way you can. Well, I should say it can be confusing to decide exactly which way you should go. So, you know, more than likely you're gonna err on the side of the people who rub you the right way, the people who rub you the wrong way. But there is another element to this thing. You know, sometimes people don't have anything bad to say about certain people because they are afraid of what those people might do to them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Shoot, even, and sometimes the person that they are talking about is not even a person. You know, like God.
But then that goes to what you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? Is it a lie that you're telling, or is it a truth that you're telling? Because like for me, like I know I'm not gonna really just say too much unless it's a hard fact or I know it's my truth. But you know what I'm saying? And then if that's the case, I'm gonna say it anyway, because what you gonna do? You gonna be mad at me for speaking my truth? If that's the case, then shit, do what you gotta do. But shit, you can't stop me from saying what I gotta say. So it's just like now, like with this movement shit, with this black movement shit, a lot of people was trying to get me to stop really just being on the forefront. I'm like, why would I stop? Like, I'm not putting nobody else in harm. I'm not showing nobody faces. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So why you want, like, and I started seeing, like, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to see you do great. It's not that they feel like anybody's in harm's way, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People just don't want to see you do great. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you're speaking the truth or not. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth hurts sometimes. You get what I'm saying?
It can.
But you can't stop my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we all gonna die someday, and everybody's a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a man just like me. The next man, like, everybody's a man. We all bleed, and we all gotta die someday. You know what I'm saying? So shit. Hey, why I gotta keep my mouth shut? Everybody else get to say what they gotta say. Shit now. Mm-hmm. And then look, that was a scare tactic from back in slavery days. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? That's all things that we carry on. You know what I'm saying? So the next slave owner wouldn't know how the slaves across the street are getting treated. You know what I'm saying? So they'll keep it all on one plantation. You know what I'm saying? So everything will just be in home, you know what I'm saying? Don't go over here telling them how many acres I made y'all plant, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, what we got, you know? So it's things like that too. So yeah, that's just how I see it, you know. Like, I don't encourage people to shut up. Just find different avenues to get out what you need to say.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
The other caller. Earlier, he asked me about whether or not there were more women. I don't remember the exact question, but I believe it was, you know, if I heard men saying it as well. In your experience, were men and women both saying that, or was it one side or the other? Saying the, you know, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Yeah, did you hear men saying that, or was it mostly women?
You speaking to me, or?
Yeah, talking to you.
You.
Oh, did I hear women say it, or mostly men? Yeah, I can think. I'm trying to think if I can't think of seeing a man telling me that. Yeah, I think mostly women, they usually say some shit like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it passed down from a lot of grandmas.
I'm trying to think about it, but yeah, the only two people that's popping up in my head that's vivid, like, especially from, like, growing up, is grandma and mama. Yeah. Grandpa really didn't give two fucks about that. He just, you know, Grandpa.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. I mean, listen, I don't know what's going on with that phenomenon, and I don't know how consistent it is across you know, different culture lines and family lines or whatever. But it's interesting that the three of us, who all grew up in different places, have heard mostly older black women say it. There's something to that, and I'm not sure what it is.
You said it. It's culture. You said it. It's culture. That's crazy because I just said that not too long ago, and I seen this thing on YouTube, and it was with Denzel Washington. He was I think I told you about directing a movie and how he didn't want the white man being a director of a movie. He found the black dude, some black dude or something, and he was like, it's because of culture. Not everybody knows what a hot comb feel like on that, or feel like or smell like going through your hair on a, you know what I'm saying? And you know, they're coming fresh off the stove, and I'm like, hey, that's true. Not even everybody my age or close to my age even know what that is. But I'm lucky enough to been around, you know what I'm saying, long enough to even know what a hot comb is and what it's like, you know what I'm saying? Just know what it is. And that's the prime example of what Denzel had explained, you know what I'm saying? It's culture. Yes, people probably can try to explain it, or people heard about it and can probably explain it. But in a movie, you're not gonna get that real feeling of a black household, of your mother getting that hot comb off the stove and running through your little sister's hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just not gonna. You're not gonna know that feeling in culture.
Don't nothing smell like that either. Like it has a distinctive smell. You know what I mean? It don't stink, but like it when you know it. Like, yo, somebody been burning hair up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't burn it, but they definitely put some heat to it. You know what I'm saying? Is it the hair or is it the grease? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? Because it's pretty consistent. It must be the hair. But yeah, you brought something to my mind from a different perspective when you were talking about the slave owners in slavery times. I wonder if it was like that. Did slave business stay in slave quarters? You know what I'm saying? Did the plantation business stay on plantations, or was information shared across plantations? How will we know that? Like
they didn't want the information to be spread towards plantation. Remember, because they didn't want the slaves to talk to each other. They didn't want them to know each other from each other's plantation. Right. So they didn't want them to talk. Remember, they didn't want them knowing the business from each other's plantation, because they was afraid that they would get together and run away. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they keep everything in home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, everything, whether you believe it or not, everything that we still do today. And I know people might get annoyed because I'm the face of it. Like, if I gotta be bad guy, sorry, but hey, I'm always bring it up because it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I can't ignore it. Everything that we do today, it stems from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we did for 400 years.
Well, it's a cycle. There's definitely a cycle. I do believe in being a runaway slave, and I consider myself to be one. I'm still on the run.
Hey, you was a rebellion too, huh? You gonna be rebellion too. Funny.
Well, see, here's the thing. I say that I'm a runaway slave because, you can't escape the slave mentality altogether. There's no way you can do that. But you're a runaway slave because you're trying to get as far away from that mentality as possible. You know what I'm saying?
It's something different. It's something different and not just that. Yeah.
Like, you know that there's something better. Like, the slave mentality tells us not to listen to each other, trust each other, believe each other, interact with each other, unite with each other. That's what the slave mentality teaches us. And it's consistent and it works time after time. We will disunite and we will separate over the smallest things. They got us separating right now over the vaccinated and unvaccinated. I mean, god damn. I mean,
we got it on dating sites. I'm like, damn.
Like, come on, man.
On dating sites where you can see if they vaccinated or not. Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the slave mentality. We letting somebody else tell us who to separate ourselves from within us. That's all slave shit. So I'm a runaway slave because I'm like, I'm not with all of that. You're not going to tell me that I can't go around my family members, or that I have to look my good friends and neighbors, sideways because they didn't get a shot. That ain't fucking proven to stop nothing. Now, politics aside, slaves listen to politicians. They listen to any white man that comes through and tells them how to live their life and what they should like and what they shouldn't like, and what they should value and what they shouldn't value. Ain't no way around it. So when you're a runaway slave, you're trying to get away from that mentality. You're not trying to just totally turn off all information, but you're trying to disseminate and separate and decide which information to put through the sifter. Which is good, what's good and what's not. And the best.
You're not a sheep.
Exactly. And shoot, I wouldn't even mind being a sheep if I could trust the herder. I don't mind. I mean, honestly, I don't mind following good leadership. Not at all. But shoot, trying to figure out what good leadership is beyond what the secret or outright intentions of the sheep herder or the leader may be. That's the hard part. And in order to be able to do that effectively, you have to get to know yourself first of all, and you have to understand, recognize, and be more accepting of what human behavior is. You know, you don't have to look at everything that people do as bad, but you sure shouldn't look at everything that people do as good. There's some good and there's some bad, and there's some good for you and some bad for you, which may be good for others or bad for others. You understand what I mean? So it ain't always the same. I got into a discussion the other day, and you know how like earlier in the show I was talking about how people try to reach conclusions, and I got into a heated discussion the other day about relationships and how we all want the same things. We basically all want the same things in life or in relationships. And I was like, no, we don't all want the same things. We don't. Like, I know some men who don't like chicks
90 seconds.
Who don't like women who are independent or who can take care of themselves or who won't diss them. I know men who don't mind being teased and fronted on and shit on and all of that. And it sounds ridiculous to me, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So to say, yeah, I've seen it. Like, he might have grew up in a household where all they did was front on each other. All they did was diss each other. All they did was rag on each other and all of that. And he's used to it, so he ain't got no problem with it. Now here I come along and I'm like, yo, that ain't no way that ain't cool. And he like, mind your fucking business. It's all right. We all got problems. So we don't all want the same things. Well, but you should at least be sure of what you want and whether you are getting those things that you want or not, because that's what really matters. You know what I'm saying? So
bro, you just made me realize some, like, even more, like, realize what I was saying, but even more, a little deeper, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to reflect and
10 seconds.
like on relationship wise, but now I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, man. Growing up, I've always, especially coming out of my mom's house. My mom, she real loud and like curse like a fucking sailor, like, you know what I'm saying, and really, she used words to bring you down. So it's like she said, like my mom, I ain't gonna lie, like. If I say half of the shit she said, y'all think I'm lying, and y'all think I'm trying to make this lady out to be a bad person. But literally, some things that I've heard come out my mama's mouth, you ain't supposed to hear from your mother. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, like, we're coming from a household like that, like, and especially that goes back to when people can't say what they trying to say in a correct way, it's just all the way wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like. When they don't know how to intelligently get out what they need to say, then it'll come out like I'm gonna just be like my daddy for a little bit. It'll come out like they're a dumbass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like now I can't, like, I guess I've had that so much growing up. I can't stand a female like that. I can't stand a relationship like that. I will literally leave your ass where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Before I deal with a female with an attitude or a female that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be disrespectful, just like, you know, I don't need all that, you know. We supposed to treat each other like royalty. I'm supposed to be your king, you're supposed to be my queen. How am I supposed to treat you like the queen whenever you know what I'm saying, getting loud and trying to, you know what I'm saying, come to my level, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of agree with you a little bit, but kind of disagree. But maybe I had it too much as a kid, so now I don't look for it. But nah, like you said, I've had that vulgar talking shit and literally cuss, like talking to you like you ain't supposed to talk to your kids like that. Come on, man, you ain't supposed to talk to your kids like that. But I've grown up like that damn near my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see that in females, and I'm gone.
I hear you. Yeah, but some men, they might find that really attractive. Just like some men appreciate having to chase a woman. They like a woman who plays hard to get, and the next man might be like, man, I ain't got time for that bullshit. If me and you supposed to like each other, what the hell you running for? All this cat and mouse shit, ain't what's up. But the next man might think, nah, shoot, if she play hard to get a little bit, that means she play hard to get with other men too. So she ain't no hoe. I'm like, dude, you like.
But nowadays, that can have a whole nother meaning. Just because she playing hard to get with you, don't mean she ain't playing hard to get with the dude around the block.
Listen,
it probably took him 30 minutes, 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nowadays that saying ain't true.
Listen, it wasn't never true. It wasn't
just 30 minutes ago. They was messing with homeboy.
I don't think it was ever true. Every woman is a hoe for one, but not the rest of them. But anyway, hopefully she's one. Hopefully she's one for me.
You just go say, "Hey, fuck it, I'm just telling the truth."
I ain't never been a hoe for nobody.
Well,
so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I never will.
Well, with all due respect, I hope you get your chance. All right, we have another call on the line, y'all. We have another call on the line. Caller with the last numbers. After this caller, we got to do the birthday shout out to get out of here. Caller with the last number 66. You got shut up, Mike off. Shut up, Mike off. All right, caller with the last number 6606. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Where the fuck have you been? Have you been in the hospital or getting laid?
Yeah.
No.
You got a new number?
I'm so happy.
You got a new number?
Hey, guys.
Hi, Joe.
Hey. Oh, so where you been, Joe? What's up?
Well,
you haven't been around for about a week.
All right, calm down. We haven't. Yeah, actually, it's been more than a week. I haven't.
Calm down.
We can't do the show at the regular time anymore. We can't do the show at the regular time anymore because I got a new job.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So you had to wait until Christmas to come back, huh?
No, listen.
Okay, good time.
Listen. I got a new job, and it doesn't allow me to do the show at the same time. So we on kind of late these days. So that's what happened.
Yeah, late like never. Because I've been kind of used to looking for you at 7 or sometimes like Saturdays at 11. I'm saying, the guy's funny, he's energetic. You haven't been around, so I figured either you got into a car accident or you finally got laid. Well, congratulations if you finally got laid.
Well, no, you know what it is. You listen on the blog talk side. So yeah, I haven't been doing it on the blog talk side for about a month. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You do YouTube videos?
Yeah, I do YouTube. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So we still doing YouTube. But how you been? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. Thanks. How's the rest of the guys?
Everybody,
how they doing?
Everybody's all right. Good to have you here. Everything is all right.
All right, good. Oh, and I kind of agree and disagree with you about everybody wants the same thing. You're right in that some guys may want, to be dominated. Some guys may want to be the dominator. But I think under all of that, I think we all want somebody because with the love, kindness, respect, and appreciation that we as men believe that we deserve. Now, whether it comes in a certain pattern from a girl who's going to beat the shit out of us, if that's some guy's preference, right, or from some girl who thinks that she's a princess, I think we all want it. Maybe we go about it different.
Yeah, I think that we all want happiness. I think that the path towards it is different for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, honestly, even if you're just talking about body style, not every man likes the same thing. Some men like women that are really skinny. Some men like women who are really fat. You know, but I think that they probably all want to be happy with the woman that they choose, and that's probably where we're closer.
And I think they want to.
Yeah, that's probably where we're.
And I think they want to be happy to. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You good.
I think they want to be happy the same way too. Now let's take somebody who would be clearly the antithesis of what I'm saying now. Somebody with narcissistic personality disorder. They want somebody so that they can actually hurt them, right? Mm-hmm. And by hurting them, they feel somewhat happy. But I bet you, if you went inside a narcissistic personality and if you corrected their particular traumas, they would probably want the same thing as everybody else: contentment, lack of drama, no melodrama, but a woman to really appreciate them for who they are in a way that's rather feminine, as opposed to the narcissistic person being the one who wants to destroy the girl's heart, or the girl wanting to destroy the man's heart. Because NPD is a bitch.
Yeah.
I was talking to some relationship counselor who claims that she's an expert in it. And she says that those people deliberately seek out relationships in order to be destructive towards their partner. Now that's sick.
It is sick. And I've known people who've done it. It's
yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
Really?
Hell yeah. Some have tried to hide it. Some people are outright with it. Like, it is what it is, because you know it's a deeper level of selfishness that a person that's not really selfish could never understand. You know what I mean? But what gets them off is different than what gets anybody else off. Like, just like your psychologist might have been telling you, yeah, what gets them off is seeing reaction, negative reaction, in some form. You know what I'm saying? Whereas for a person who's not narcissistic, they want to see other people happy. They want to see them comfortable. They want to see them satisfied. They want to see them have the things in life that will make them feel good about life in itself. The narcissistic person is like, nah, they don't believe that anybody should have it good. And maybe sometimes not even themselves. They want to put everybody in the same boat that they're in, and they don't think that anybody else should be exempt from that. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, psychopaths. Who can understand them?
Yeah.
But that's what she was saying. And even though these relationship counselors have some ounce of truth in what they say, I don't really give them that much credence, because to me, I've talked to about 4 or 5 of them on Blog Talk Radio. And sometimes the advice and the way that they behave, I wouldn't go to them. I wouldn't even want 2 cent advice from them on Blog Talk Radio, because I'm thinking now, the way that they act, they behave, and their particular advice, they're the kind of chicks who are too lazy to go to school to actually get a psychology degree or to get certified in some sort of psychological discipline. So here they say, I'm a relationship counselor, and my clients, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is the fact that some of these people who have degrees, and are, psychologists or psychiatrists, or even the relationship counselors, some of them are batshit crazy. Like a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I happen to know a nice amount of people who went into that field after high school, and I'm like, first of all, you were crazy in high school, and so I can only imagine what hormones and everything else did to you as you got older, and now you're here being somebody's psychologist or relationship counselor. And so that's part of the problem why you can only take a portion of what it is that they say. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I think you're right.
Everybody who becomes a cosmetologist doesn't know that much about hair, skin, and nails. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you can kind of go by the book. So the same thing with relationship counselors, like these relationship counselors, coaches, and things like that. Everybody's getting a little piece of the pie, and some people have something good to say in opinion based, and maybe even based on their own experience or experience of others that they know about. But you kind of have to take away what you need or what you want from what they're talking about, just like anybody else. You can't put your 100% trust in somebody else. They don't know the depth of your emotions, the way you feel, and when your mentality is any more than you know about theirs. So you kind of have to be self-aware to the point where you can protect yourself or accept the good things that come in. But listen, y'all, we gotta get on the out of here. I appreciate you calling in, Joe, and everybody else who called in. I appreciate you mucho. So
yeah, it's about time you came back.
Well, we'll be back. We'll be back next weekend on the Blog Talk side. So at 11 o'clock, it's probably 10 or 9 o'clock your time. So so but we'll definitely be here. So next Saturday is Christmas. We're gonna see about that
one. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Right. Until then.
You too.
All right.
Everybody enjoy your Saturday and the rest of your week and Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right. Peace. But it is Sunday. I mean, it is Sunday. I'm just saying. All right. It's crazy thing. Jane, stop this crazy thing. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious December 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Francis Bay Young turning 49 years old today. And also Gloria Leverson turning 56 years old today. And Bonita Summer turning 29 years old today. And Kishi Robin, happy birthday to you. And Evelyn Harden turning 50 years old today. And Dorothy Brown. That's my girl. My girl living around the corner, turning 65 years old today. Yay. And Rob Edwards, the singer, and also a go-getter, turning 47 years old today. Happy birthday, Rob. And last but not least, Tasha Smith. Tasha Smith turning 49 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious. December 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on, and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on, and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. One thing I want to say before we get on up out of here, man, I want to dedicate this show, and I also want to give a rest in peace shout out to my man Kango Kid from UTFO, who passed yesterday. You know, that made me sad because I know he had cancer, and I really wanted him to pull through. He died of colon cancer. Now, the weirdest thing about Kango, because I can't go. Mr. Sophisticator. Far as I know, ain't nobody greater from beginning to end to beginning. I never lose because I know about winning, but if I was to lose, I wouldn't be upset because I'm not a gambler. I don't bet. I don't be in no casino. And baby, don't you nizzo. The Izza, the Grizzy, Kizza, and Gizzo. And he had those lines, like he was letting us follow his cancer journey. And, after surgeries or before surgeries, he was saying, yeah, I never lose because I'm all about winning. He looked so young and healthy before the cancer really got to him. And that lets you know, man, in the blink of an eye, by the flick of a switch, any one of us could miss the rest of 2021. And I say that because on his Instagram, he was talking about dates that he had, bookings that he had going all the way into 2022. And then the cancer hit hard and now he's gone, man. So December 18th, let's see, he was born August 10th, 1966, and he passed December 18th, 2021, 55 years old. Can go kids. So in UTFO, there are only two members left, Dr. Ice and Mixmaster Ice. Long live both of y'all. But rest in peace, Kango Kid. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, don't say nothing if you don't have nothing nice to say. You might have to say something even if you don't have something nice to say. We'll find out one day why it seems like it's elder Black women who have taught this lesson over so many years to so many of us. One day we'll find out what the reason for that is. But in the meantime, I think I would encourage y'all to use your discretion when you have something to say and you know that it's important. Pertinent information. Well, put it out there, but always use discretion. Always use tact. Always make sure that you call that home training into your actions and do the right thing. Because if you do the right thing, if you feel the right way, then you're going to do the right thing. And I think we would all need to see that. We would all love to see that. I will be on tomorrow night for another Daily Go-Getterism show. Look for us. Look for me. Look for we between 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. If I'm not on between 11 and 11:30, then I'm probably not going to do the show because that means that I'm getting off late. Other than that, you'll find me. You know what I mean? If I'm not there at 11, check me out at 11:10, 11:15, somewhere between 11 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be coming through because this movement ain't going to stop. Ain't nothing can stop, baby. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. So it's showtime, baby. And we are out of here. Blog Talk, you get going. And Instagram, I holler back at y'all. And appreciate you coming through. My Instagrammers, Fire Slammer Jammer. Thanks for coming on through and let me exercise my grammar. Peace.
Thank you for using
And
Blog
for my
Talk Radio.
YouTubers,
Goodbye.
hold on. Make sure y'all share the show, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. I see you on the other side, my boobers. Peace.